So there's lots of issues and people have asked a range of questions about. So a few different ones here. Would direct rule not be better as our politicians just squabble?
Well, I'm an Irish Republican, so I want to see all the affairs of Ireland being directed from the island of Ireland, so I'm an opponent, a transient opponent of direct rule.
In light of Brexit and the Scottish referendum, is it time to reconsider the political relationships in these islands?
Well, it is, of course, and Brexit is a calamity, and the onus on all people in all public life, not just politicians, is to mitigate the disaster that is Brexit.
Where does your party stand on the issue of abortion?
Well, I think we have a nuanced position on abortion, but in recent times we have voted in the Assembly for abortion for mothers who have fetal abnormality, while leaving the choice to those who do not wish to have a termination on a child that has fetal abnormality. And we're also in favour of cases of incest and rape, that the mother should have the choice as well whether or not to have a termination. And
where does your party stand on the issue of same-sex marriage?
Well, I think that's one of the two abiding civil rights issues of our time, the issue of marriage equality and the issue of the Irish language. And my hope is that everyone finds a way in their heart to embrace both those issues. I think they're both gifts of diversity to our society, and I think those who refuse to accept them with magnanimity, with generosity, I think they're holding back the type of diverse, shared society we need to create here.
Should those kind of issues be conscience issues for individual MLAs?
I don't really understand that issue. For me, they're rights issues, but beyond that, I think they're issues of Christianity, they're issues of humanity, they're issues which require big hearts, they require an embrace, they require an open mind, and they require us to allow our neighbours to get on with the way they wish to live their lives. And that, I think, is the challenge of our time for everyone. Can we have those big hearts? Can we have that warm embrace of those who are different, rather than bringing down the shutters?
Should we be doing more to take in refugees and asylum seekers?
Yes, our current policies are disgraced, but of course the Executive doesn't control those policies, and the most recent revelation that under the Dubs programme we didn't bring in abandoned children in the numbers that the British government said they would is indicative of a closed mind, of a failure to respond to the greatest humanitarian crisis of our time. And if we took our lead from the Archbishop of Canterbury on this issue, we'd be doing much better than we are.
What role do you think there is for faith within politics?
I think there's a huge role for faith. I think if we didn't have the faith communities of Belfast, we'd be a much poorer society. I believe in the separation of church and state, but at the same time, I do know that the work with the vulnerable, the homeless, the wounded, the wretched of the earth, if you wish, that the churches are right on the front line. And additionally to that, of course, we wouldn't have a peace process were it not for Father Reid, Father Jerry Reynolds, the Reverend Harold Good, the Reverend Ken Newell, and today, to bring it up to date, the Father McGill, the Reverend Stockman, the Reverend Margaret Ferguson, absolute superheroes, and this society would be much poorer without them. So those of faith need to keep carrying that burden of peacemaking and of course of giving comfort to the wounded.
In what way do ideas or phrases like love your enemy or unconditional forgiveness inform your own politics?
Well, love your enemy I think is absolutely essential, but I don't mind starting with love your neighbour as yourself. But of course we have to love our enemies, because in a society like this, if we don't try and resolve the big issues that divide us with love and compassion and kindness and understanding and mutual respect, the alternative is a horror that we lived through for 30 years.
People ask questions around NHS waiting lists and social care, mental health, the GP crisis. Is it just a matter of spending more money?
No, it's not, although we do spend 5 billion out of our £10.5 billion resource budget on the health service. But it's a need for transformation. Every party in the Assembly has agreed on the need for transformation. We agree we need to take the politics out of health, and we're now starting along that difficult path of transformation. I trust there is light at the end of this particular tunnel.